Well, hello there. I'm Nusha, also known as ferociousnprettypens, and welcome back to my channel. Here we talk about all things related to fountain pens, fountain pen inks, and artsy-fartsy things. Basically, whatever I feel like filming at the moment. If you're new here, you should think about subscribing because there are shenanigans on this channel involving myself, my two roommates who happen to be felines, as well as fun stuff. Yeah, do it. I don't know what that was. I would like to apologize because I'm not cool. I'm not cool, and that's okay. I have come to terms with my uncoolness. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. If you're returning, thanks for coming back for this. Today's topic is going to be about Gravitas pens. I recently purchased 2 new fountain pens from Gravitas, and I am going to tell you a little bit about them and do a full-fledged review, writing sample, all of that. So if you find that interesting, you should keep on watching. Gravitas Pens is a smaller business based out of Ireland. As of right now, the only way to acquire one of their pens is directly through their website, gravitaspens.com. I will make sure to put a link in the description box. They offer a range of rollerball pens, which I'm not a big rollerball person, but if you are, they also have that, as well as fountain pens. The pricing is anywhere from 65 euros all the way to 110 euros. The founder, owner, designer behind Gravitas Pens is Ben Walsh. I've gotten to know Ben quite a bit over social media through the course of the last year. He is customer focused when it comes to development. He didn't just take a blueprint that existed on the market, he did his homework. Let's jump into the actual hands-on with the pen. Let's go. So here are the 2 Gravitas pens in their packaging. I'm gonna go over this one first. I like this overall packaging design. It's colorful and it's cardboard. So when I go to throw it away, I'm not gonna feel guilty about it, that I'm creating extra waste. I don't know what this means, but it's also a design that's on the other pen. So this is the Skittles in that brushed finish. I thought that the brushed finish would be a better fit for me because it won't be as likely to get fingerprints all over it. It's pretty weighty. So if you don't like heavy pens, this might not be something that you like. So this design feature is to prevent it from being a pokey tactical sort of a situation, is silicone nitrate embedded into the end of the cap and barrel. The cap threads are triple start, so the cap will come off in one twist. That's good to know. Okay, precision machine finish that is lightly brushed with a titanium nitride rainbow PVD. I don't know very much about coatings for metals and how this will last and stand the test of time. Let's see if it comes off in one twist. Yep, one twist. So let's talk about this section real quick. I will be very honest with you. I am not a big fan of metal grip sections, but this has a little bit of texture to it. So it's not something that feels slippery like a polished metallic grip section. So I'm not too worried about this. As you can see, it has a bit of a taper down. This area is so generous that if you're somebody that likes to hold it down here, you can, or if you like to hold it back here, you can as well. And the threads, even though this is a metal pen, the threads are not sharp. And overall, it feels really well balanced in the hand. I don't foresee this being an issue with how heavy it is for longer writing sessions. And of course, you know, this is not a postable pen, so if that's one of your requirements for a pen, you may not like this one. And it comes with Jowo number 6. I got this one in a medium. And the other thing too that I didn't mention is that when you open up the packaging, it smells like Skittles. It's a little nostalgic, like childhood almost. The other thing about this pen that you might have issue with is the fact that it doesn't come with a clip or a roll stop or anything. So if you're like me and you have cats in your house and you're heezy for sheezy, then make sure that you put it on a surface where they're not going to knock it over. I have learned my lesson from the Santini incident of 2021. Santini Gate 2021. So this is the bronze skull fountain pen. And this one is packaged just a little bit differently. And what's funny about this, when I mentioned the smell of the Skittles, this one smells manly. But this is how I would want a boyfriend to smell. It smells so good. It smells like sexy and mysterious. Oh my God, this is so pretty. So this is a method that Gravitas uses to laser etch the design onto the pen. I am not a big like skull person in my aesthetic. When I saw this posted on the Ben Walsh Instagram, I had to have it immediately. It was like just a no-brainer. Like, look at this. I'll say, if I'm going to be nitpicky, is that I wish that the nib matched the overall material of the body of the pen. I'm one of those matchy-match people, I'll be honest with you. I'm totally one of those matchy-match people. So I would have liked it if this maybe matched this, but I know that the Jowo gold nibs are too gold. So I'm thinking it's probably better to have gone with a silver because it's more neutral than the super yellow gold finishes on some of the Jowo nibs. Same thing with this pen. It's weighty. I've busted out the Inkcyclopedia for us to decide what we want to ink this guy with. Maybe, Kujaku. Ooh. Colorverse Gravity Wave. I think we're going to do that one for this pen. And then let's see for this one. Maybe we'll stay with the Colorverse inks and we can do Andromeda. Yeah, I think I want to do Andromeda with this pen. All right. So I've inked up both pens, and I forgot to mention you do receive a set of 6 cartridges, and the pens do come pre-installed with a full-size international converter. Gravitas comes with Jowo number 6 nibs, so I'm not going to do a very long writing session, fast writing, any of that stuff. The nibs haven't been modified, they're just the standard stock Jowo number 6 nibs. The other thing I'll mention, since I'm a little bit bitter still about this, the Colorverse inks that I used, I have the big bottle and the small bottle. Colorverse, these small bottles suck. They suck balls because literally after you've used them for any period of time, if the ink isn't pretty full, it's hard to get a nib angled in here the right way without spilling ink everywhere to get it to actually fill the converter. I know I sound really mad, but it's because I have ink now all over my hands, which is the cost of doing business in this hobby, and I wear it with pride, but at the same time, this is stupid. Colorverse, stop doing this. I'm talking to you. Stop doing this. This doesn't add value, at least for me. I know that's a pretty strong opinion on this. You might have a different one, and that's totally okay, but this is mine. So I'm going to be like Elsa in Frozen and let it go. Okay, deep breath. I am using my Colorverse Nebula Note, which has 52 GSM Tomoe River paper in it. This has turned into a bit of a Colorverse themed video. That was not done intentionally. And I'll also mention here that this is hashtag not sponsored. I paid for everything that is being used in this video. Sample. I was a little bit worried about the fact that these have metal grip sections, and my tendency to hold the pen further down, that this would cut into my, I don't know, I guess finger bunion, for lack of better terminology. Gee, don't judge me. It was totally fine. It felt really comfortable in hand, and with my death grip even, it still felt really comfortable. This wasn't a super long writing session. This was about 5 to 10 minutes of time. I wasn't timing myself by any means, but I am going to use the pens a little bit more for some longer writing sessions, and I will come back and do the wrap up. One thing I'll mention, I really wish that these pens had some sort of a roll stop. I'm not a clip person, but I am an irresponsible person, so it would be really nice if these had some sort of a roll stop to prevent, this movement from happening. So far, that is my only negative feedback around this pen. So I've been using these pens nonstop for the last 5 days. And I've been using them for longer writing sessions for my penmanship practice, which is sometimes a half hour to an hour or more. I've also been using them for shorter writing sessions to jot down quick notes during work meetings, etc. And the two things that were top of mind for me to really understand if I could jive with this overall design, one of them was the metal grip section. I can tell you that even though I have super sensuously sweaty hands, they're moist. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I did that to you. I didn't have any issues with my grip slipping while I was using the pen, which I think is key because of the weight of the pen. My other concern was the weight, so let's go there next. I noticed that my grip section with this specific pen went from being down here to being up here. And this was a natural progression, just especially in those longer writing sessions, to get the pen to rest in the cradle between my thumb and my pointer finger. And it makes it a lot more comfortable to use through longer writing sessions. Now, if you are somebody that does not want to change where you grip the pen and you have medium to smaller size hands like mine, then this might not be the right fit for you. This might be too heavy and you're going to get hand fatigue when using it. So those are my two things about the pen that I really wanted to put to the test. And through using both of these pens for the last few days, I don't have any issues. So would I recommend this to somebody? If you are okay with the things that I mentioned as far as the brushed metal grip section, the overall size and weight of the pen, and the fact that the fountain pen model does not come with any sort of a roll stop, if you're okay with those things, those three things, and think that this is a cool looking pen, I 100% recommend it. If you're somebody that has any sort of hesitation with the three things that I mentioned, I would maybe hold off and see what other people say about the pen, because again, this is a slightly newer company to the market as of right now, and I don't want to lead anybody astray and say, even if you have an issue with those things, it's not going to be a problem with this pen. I would say wait to see what a few other people say about it, and then you can make up your mind. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Gravitas pens. I hope you enjoyed watching this. If you did, consider hitting that like button, and if you're not already subscribed, what are you waiting for? Join us. Join this ridiculousness of whatever it is, and you won't be sorry. Anyway, with all of that said, I hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you on the next one. And don't forget, keep writing. This is the female equivalent of a comb over. Converter, an international... Someone honking. How dare they honk? Don't they know who I am and what I'm doing up here? Oh my God, how dare you honk your horn? Just kidding. I'm not that kind of person. Well, hello, puberty.
Wow, you would think that after having done a handful of these videos, I could get my own introduction right. I am your mother. Luke, Inky, I am your mother. Don't babble, darling. Nobody wants to hear you babble. Babble on. Don't babble on. With Jen? Who's Jen? Ben. Ben is not Jen. This is what happens when you have a full-time job and then you try to film at the very end of a really long day. You say silly things. It's silly. You know, hot or not, these are hot.